You've seen the charts. You've heard every financial YouTuber talk about the magic of compounding. They show you a graph where a small amount of money turns into millions of dollars like it's some kind of effortless miracle. But here is the reality they won't tell you. For the first 7 to 10 years of your journey, compounding doesn't work for you. In fact, at the beginning, it feels like it's doing absolutely nothing. You're rucking through the mud, saving every cent, and your account balance is barely moving. This is where most service members quit. They think the system is rigged or that they've started too late. But the system isn't broken. You're just in the manual phase. Today, we are exposing why other YouTubers fail to tell you the truth about the valley of disappointment. We are going in depth on the math of the slow start and giving you the exact tactical maneuvers to overcome it so you can reach the critical mass where compounding finally takes over. If you're ready for the raw truth about the road from E1 to millionaire, hit that subscribe button. Let's get into the breach. Welcome back to Military Invest. Our mission is to take you from E1 to millionaire. We talk a lot about millionaire engines like the TSP and Roth IRA, but a lot of you have messaged me saying, I've been investing $500 a month for a year, and I've only made $200 in interest. Is this even worth it? The answer is yes, but the reason you feel discouraged is that most financial gurus ignore the kinetic phase of wealth. By the end of this 30-minute briefing, you will understand the manual compounding strategy, why your savings rate matters more than your returns in the beginning, and how to stay motivated when the math feels slow. We're going to look at the rule of 100K and how to weaponize your military benefits to skip the line. This is your reality check. To understand why compounding feels like a lie at the start, we have to look at the kinetic lag. Imagine you're pushing a tank. In the beginning, you're using 100% of your energy just to get the wheels to turn 1 inch. The tank has no momentum. You're doing all the work. Financial compounding is exactly the same. Let's look at an E1 who is investing $500 a month into a standard S&P 500 index fund. After 12 months of sacrifice, skipping the bars, eating at the dining facility, driving the base beater, you have $6,300. You worked for $6,000, and the magic of compounding gave you $300. This is the valley of disappointment. You are doing 95% of the heavy lifting. If the market has a bad week and drops 5%, you actually have less than you put in. Most YouTubers fail to cover this because it's not clickable. It's boring. It's frustrating. They want to show you the part where the $300 becomes $3,000 a month. But they don't tell you that to get there, you have to survive years of seeing almost zero free money. At the beginning, your wealth is built by discipline, not by interest. You're the engine. The market is just the passenger. Why does everyone else make it look so easy? Because of survivorship bias. You see the guy on screen who turned $1,000 into $100,000 in 6 months with some obscure crypto or a lucky stock pick. They tell you that you're doing it wrong. If you're only making 8% to 10% in the TSP, what they don't show you are the 10,000 other people who tried that same shortcut and lost everything. Other YouTubers focus on yield because it sounds exciting. They talk about passive income as if it's a button you just press. But passive income is a luxury you earn after a decade of active saving. When you compare your boring $300 in interest to someone else's lucky $10,000 gain, you're falling into a tactical trap. You're comparing your year 1 to their year 10 or their lucky break. In the military, we know that luck is not a mission plan. If you rely on luck to become a millionaire, you are a liability to your future self. We overcome the slow start not by finding a faster investment, but by increasing our kinetic energy. We don't need a better market. We need a bigger shovel. Since compounding doesn't help you at the beginning, what does? Your savings rate. If you have $5,000 in the bank, the difference between a 10% return and a 12% return is only $100. It's irrelevant. But the difference between saving $500 a month and $1,000 a month is $6,000 a year. That is a 120% increase in your wealth building speed. This is what we call manual compounding. You are simulating the effects of interest by working harder and spending less. How do you execute this? The promotion pivot. When you move from E1 to E4, your pay increases significantly. If you invest 100% of every raise, you are manually accelerating your compounding curve. The side hustle strike. Use your free time to generate an extra $500 a month. That $500 doesn't feel like interest, but in your account balance, it has the exact same effect as if your portfolio was already worth $60,000 and earning 10% interest. You have to fake it until you make it. You have to provide the growth that the market isn't large enough to provide yet. Once you hit the $100,000 milestone, something shifts. There's a famous saying in finance. The first $100,000 is a nightmare, but you have to do it. Why $100,000? Because that is the critical mass point where compounding finally starts to do more work than you do. At $100,000, your money is now earning more than you are contributing, $10,000 versus $6,000. For the first time, you're the passenger and the money is the engine. To get there faster as a service member, you have to use accelerators. The SDP, Savings Deposit Program, if you're deployed to a combat zone, you can park $10,000 and earn a guaranteed 10% interest. This is a government-subsidized shortcut to critical mass. Tax-free combat pay. Use your deployment months to front-load your Roth IRA and TSP. This tax-free compounding is like adding nitro to your engine. Your only mission for the first 5 to 7 years is to reach $100,000 by any means necessary. Don't look at the percentage, look at the balance. Stop asking, what is the market doing? And start asking, what am I doing to add to the balance today? Most people will never reach critical mass because they lack the tactical patience. They want the reward before they've done the work. They want the magic of compounding to save them from their own bad habits. But you are a wealthy warrior. You understand that the slow start is a filter. It filters out the weak, the undisciplined, and the people who are just chasing a flex. When you look at your account and see that your interest was only $50 this month, don't be discouraged. Smile, because you know that $50 is a seed. You know that you are currently in the manual phase and that every extra hour of overtime or every meal at the dining facility is pushing that tank closer to the top of the hill. Once it starts rolling, nothing in the world can stop it. You aren't just saving money, you are building momentum. I want to hear from the people who are in the manual phase right now. If your interest earned is still smaller than your contribution, type "still pushing" in the comments. Let's encourage each other, because this is the hardest part of the entire mission. If this deep dive helped you understand why the math feels slow, hit the like button. It helps us fight the get rich quick lies on YouTube. And if you are ready to reach $100,000 and beyond, make sure you are subscribed to Military Invest. And as usual, stay disciplined, stay tactical, and keep pushing that tank. I'll see you on the high ground. Out.